I definitely believe that a lot of times when male and female friendships work is at a point where both of them are very sure that they're not compatible, right? So like if she let's say they had sex back in high school, and but it was just they both were repulsed by it. It wasn't a good time. They both wasn't with it. It just wasn't the vibe. It didn't keep going. But they had the same friend circle, and so they stayed friends up until whatever 20 years to college, and now they like family. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, y'all smashed back in 11th grade in high school, so that must mean that y'all trying to hold on to something. Like a lot of times there's situation. I mean, I personally have had situations where me and somebody might have like met, might have thought there was some chemistry there. We tried it out. It wasn't for us, but we were able to remain friends because we had other things in common. Maybe not super close friends, but to the point where like maybe we have business connections or in common circles, and like we can benefit each other in other ways. So yeah, I feel like it's kind of immature to like to only look at it one way. Now, if it's somebody that was like their sneaky link, or they were dealing with them for a long time, I can understand somebody being uncomfortable. If we talking about back in the past, high school, a one-time thing, it's like there's nuances. There's some things you can kind of, let slide. And also, I think it depends on the relationship that I have with that person. So let's say it's a dude and she lets me know from the beginning of the relationship, hey, I just want to let you know, hey, back in high school, XYZ happened. It didn't really work out, but we managed to stay friends. Let's say I meet dude, hey, we cool, everything's a vibe, and all of us can be friends. It might not be that big of a deal. I really think you got to leave wiggle room, for nuance.
The reality
No
is
wiggle
the
room.
answer to this question should have
No, sir.
been that is not a scenario that I would be in because he wouldn't be that close to no goddamn person that he had sex
Yes,
with
he
in the
would.
past. That should have
He
been the answer.
said he said fun circle. Cloud said fun circle. If they
Uh,
if they all went to high school together and they all have the same friends, some people are still going to be associated with other people, or they just all become family. Like it that does happen. Like I don't know where you're from, but I have the same friends from middle school. Like so it really does happen. And my husband has the same friends as well. So
And
I
I'm
don't
sure
know.
you've had guys that you dated in the past and now back people that are back home if you've left are dating them now. If they came to the wedding, like you're friends with the guy, right? He's dating your husband's ex. Are you going to be like, "Oh, he can't bring his girl because they had sex at one point in time?" Or are you going to be like, "Okay, they've moved on. This is obviously a plus one." I just want to know how much of a pushback is this gonna be for this ex girl? Like, how much push are we gonna fight against this?
You
I wouldn't
ladies
push
are
at
Casey,
all.
well,
Casey
no.
gonna
Personally,
say
Some
I
she
of us
believe
can't
just
that
have
men and
zero
women can
tolerance
be
for it.
friends.
she can't be
Some
safe
of
I
when
us,
she
believe that men
come
and
to the
women
wedding.
can have platonic friendships. I believe that men and women normally have some type of sexual chemistry in the beginning, and they iron that out from the jump. So if they've remained friends and there was no sexual activity, it's because they were meant to be friends. And I would never try to take that away from a man that's found them a good female friend. I'm also completely fine with having male friends, but I don't have that same closeness with them because I know I'm not going to get that sexual gratification from them. So they're not going to get what my husband gets. They're never going to get that. So we both have male or opposite sex friends, and we've not had a problem where your friend can't come to this. You can't you talk to your friend too much. Like we we text randomly. They call randomly when something happens in their life, and that's it. Like it's not a big deal. So I just think you should be with a partner that's on the same page as you. And when you are on that same page, that doesn't mean we're boundaryless. I obviously wouldn't want him sleeping with anybody but me, and vice versa. I don't expect him to sleep with her just because they're friends. But I accept that he needs more than just me to be his friend. I can't be everything to him, and I don't want to be. So we have to share each other, and we're fine with that with our
So,
But
friends.
Casey Allinger, would you say that it's bizarre for those of us who say we have zero tolerance for that? If we're just
No,
really not with that at
I
all?
think you guys have
Okay.
your reasons,
Mm-hmm.
just like I have mine. Like I'm
Yeah.
pretty comfortable.
Yeah, we have our reasons.
And my
I'm,
expectations aren't for us to never have any incidents of cheating in our relationship, in our marriage. So I guess my anxiety about that is lower since I've been married once. I'm like, okay, it may not be forever that he doesn't ever sleep with anybody else. I'm just my mindset's just different now.
I'm gonna say
So
this.
So does that mean you give him a pass?
He doesn't get a pass. I just don't expect perfection. I
That's-
expect
that's
him
So
to.
what
fair.
happens if he
makes
does
a
cheat?
mistake, I expect him to do better. If
But
he,
that's
if
fair
he,
though.
and
I think a man.
So that's
should
a
give
pass.
every 5
That's
years.
a pass.
okay, we
Sure,
can
it's a
agree to
pass.
disagree.
She's just saying
Not
that
really.
she's
but
not going
you said you're not going to do nothing. If you won't,
I
if you're
didn't
not
say I
going to
wasn't
have
going
any,
to do anything.
She's
Trev,
saying that
I
she's
thought
not
you
going to
said
like.
you would
forward.
leave like every
You didn't say you
7
would leave.
to 10 years or
I
something
didn't
like that.
say I would leave
You
because
know,
I
you know.
won't.
Yeah, so that's a pass. If he know he got one,
If you
and
believe
like,
that that's
listen,
passing, that's
that's
your
surely a
belief.
pass.
She
But
said,
my
let me say,
husband
hold on,
That's
let me
really
say
a pass.
something.
That's
He
not
would
a
rather
pass,
have
though.
me
I'll
happy
let
and
him
in
How's that
love
not a
with
pass?
him than
It's
he would
not.
have me miserable and spiteful with him. So he chooses wisely. Everyone has a choice to be a committed husband or to be adulterous. My
Yeah.
husband has that same choice like everyone else, and he's doing well so far. It's off to a good start. It's been 11 days.
I'm gonna say this.
But in year
Let
number
me say
7
something.
or
Hold on,
8,
Smooth.
and
Hold
he
on,
smashed
let me get
another
Lady
chick,
Di in there.
just let it go.
Let me get
I was
Lady Di.
gonna say that Fantasy Island girl is saying that, you know how some people, they think of cheating and they think it's the end of the world. You know, they go in a corner, they don't come out for damn 2 years, and you know, they're just really acting bizarre. And then there's a snap situation. She's just saying that she's taking it, if it happens, she's gonna take it lightly. Now, what she decides to do, she don't know. You know what I'm saying? But she ain't gonna be going crazy. That's it. And I respect that. I feel the same way. So
Right.
And I feel like
Pass.
you only control yourself, right? When you take those vows, you are taking that vow to God, right? And to your spouse, but you can only control your behavior, what you pour into the marriage. You can never say what another person wouldn't do for a lifespan. You know, you could hope that they wouldn't do certain things or hope that they wouldn't go down certain paths, but you don't control your husband, and there's no way, you know, you give them to God and that's it, and you focus on what you can do.
Fantasy basically says she'll cross that bridge when she cross it. If it ever occurs, she'll cross the bridge when she cross it.
Just
Ask
like,
her
oh,
what
would
she
you leave
gonna
your
do.
man if he was broke? Probably not. I would probably be upset. I'm not going to be happy that he lost his job and he wasn't financially secure. But I'm probably not going to leave him. I'm not going to leave my husband. So I'm going to have to struggle through that too. A broke man. I'm going to have to struggle through if he cheats, a man that cheated. I'm going to have to struggle through if he gets in an accident, a man that's disfigured. I'm prepared to do that with my husband. That's just where I'm at with it.
Fantasy Island girl, I know what the difference is. You're now married, and it proves my point. When you ladies find a damn man, y'all now know how to sit y'all asses down and be quiet. Now that's why I like Fantasy Island girl now, because she's been married since the last. That's what it is.
Well,
She's married now.